So, I'm standing at the bottom of a mountain, and I look up at the mountain ranges and go, I really think I should climb them. So I get my gear on and I start walking up the mountain. About halfway up, I run into a Sherpa. I think his name was Monk. And we get to talking, and he says, and I say to him, sorry, it's a bit chilly out here, isn't it? With all this snow around. And he says, what are you talking about? It's hot as up here. And then I go, well, no, there's snow around, so it's hot. And he's like, well, no, you're getting closer to the sun the further you climb up, so it's actually getting hotter, yeah? And snow is actually ash that falls from the sky when it's hot. And then I'm like, no, you silly duffer, it's bloody cold. The snow's cold. It's like ice and stuff, yeah? You get really chilly when the snow's around. And he's like, well, you're obviously misinterpreting the feeling of hot with the feeling of cold. You know, you get goosebumps when you're hot. You get a runny nose and a red face when it's hot. So I think we're in a bit of a misunderstanding here, yeah? You think that the term for hot is cold, and I think the term for hot is hot, yeah? And I'm trying to wrap my head around what he's saying. He's not making any sense. He's talking gibberish, mate. So I think to myself and say, well, no, scientists back down on Earth down there, they've said it to me, it's cold. They've said it's cold. You're the one who's wrong here. And then he says to me, well, no, I'm the one who's lived in the snow all my life. It's bloody hot, isn't it? So I think to myself, well, we're in a bit of a scuffle, aren't we? How are we going to solve this? And he says, did you bring your sword? And I go, well, of course I have. Who goes anywhere without this bloody sword? So I pull out my rapier, because that's the one I use, and he pulls out a bloody greatsword. I go, well, that's a bit unfair, isn't it? And he's like, well, you've got agility and I've got strength, so let's battle, yeah? And then we get to battling. Ching, pong, chong, chong, bong. And then I stab him in the leg and he goes, ah, God, it's so cold on my leg. And I go, well, what? It's not cold on your leg. When you get stabbed with something, it's usually a burning sensation, like a hot feeling. And he's like, well, no. The feeling for cold is when it's like burning and searing and stuff. And you're just completely wrong, mate. And then I go, well, no. And I stab him through the eye with a rapier and take his greatsword and climb to the top of the mountain. And then, oh man, it was so cold up there, nearly froze to death. And then he's revived as a zombie, and he's coming at me behind him. He's coming at me behind me with his claws out, and he's like, no, it's hot up here. And he grabs me around the neck and pulls at me, and I feel big scratches on my neck, and I start bleeding everywhere, and I'm like, oh my God, it hurts so much. And then it starts snowing like a blizzard, and I'm like, and the zombie Sherpa monk goes, oh my God, it's a heat blaze. And I go, no, it's a blizzard snowstorm. And he goes, yes, it is a snowstorm, but a snowstorm isn't cold, it's hot. And I punch him in the head, and his head explodes, and then I fall to the ground and turn into a zombie, and then I'm stuck there for the rest of my life on top of the highest point in the universe. And then I sit there for the rest of my days staring up at the sky, wishing that I was still alive and not a heat zombie, as the monk would call it, and actually a real human who could live and make friends and exist as a normal person and wouldn't have to just live like this on the top of a mountain, scared and alone, until the universe dies of a